So anyone doing business in any industry really needs to be up to speed on how to use AI. But for the CPG industry, there's also some really meaningful implications around personalization and really thinking about how, we bridge that gap between diagnostics and being able to kind of look at your body and different patterns, but then bridge that with the CPG world, delivering more personalized products. And all that comes back to data, analyzing data, and then being able to formulate products. It's also for identifying unique botanical ingredients. There are so many different applications in our industry. So I think 25 is about seeing which of those kind of rise to the top of being most influential. This is The Naturalist. In every episode, we're covering the products, ideas, and trends that are shaping the CPG industry.
Or that we just really like.
I think it's almost more hilarious. It's like, wait, what? Like you spin.
This is not a good day to have a neck injury.
Wait, what are we doing here today? Wait.
And we are in the holiday spirit here.
Oh, what makes you say that?
List. It's so zen in here, isn't it? There's not
New Year's
at all. This is something that we got to get rid of. This is.
You worked really hard on that.
I worked really hard. Maddie actually got her.
Yeah, she did a good job.
Most of it. We won't show the bottom third of what's going on over there, but most of it, which is,
just let it go. Yeah, the holidays here at The Naturalist. That's exciting.
We decided we would keep it festive. Really, I've been so excited about this episode.
I have too.
Like a little nervous almost.
Yeah, maybe we should just stop.
Jitters. Let's go. We're out of here.
We're done. Wrap it up.
Catch the article on But why? It's trends.
It is trends.
And trends are a big deal for us because we're really able to bring all of our knowledge and information from throughout the year together from across all of our teams. We've talked to people from NBJ on the podcast, NCN, of course, newhope.com, the Nexty Awards, all the Expo, Newtopia.
Natural Foods Merchandiser, all the things. Reigning trends as well.
And trends. But we come together and we really kind of hash it out and say, what are the trends, and probably even bigger than trends, but the forces within the industry. We call them trends, but a lot of them are real powerful forces within the industry that are going to affect the CPG and retail space in meaningful ways in the year ahead. So there's a lot of pressure with that.
Yeah.
Got to get it right.
And I think you touched on this already, but it's really looking beyond just, everybody's using chickpeas now, or popular ingredients or popular flavor profiles. It's more getting a broader look at what's happening, what's brewing in the industry, and where are we going from here. So what are we hoping to see, not just now, but in 2025 as we move forward? And I'm pretty sure our trends are always 100% dead on.
Never been wrong.
Never been wrong.
Never. So we have 25 this year.
25.
And we're going to talk in depth about each of them.
25 for 25?
25 for 25.
I love that.
You got it.
That's a good idea.
We actually struggled with that because there were moments where we were adding up. It was 26 for 25, 24 for 25. It was a challenge. We worked hard to get to 25 for all of you. But we're not going to talk about all of them.
Yeah.
But you will be able to see all of them on newhope.com. We really wanted to get a wheel bad.
I feel like this has been your dream for a long time.
The fact that it's come to fruition is might be my proudest moment. So we're going to spin the wheel.
We're going to spin the wheel.
Because we can choose the trends we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about all 25 of them either because, go to newhope.com.
We love a shameless plug around here. We
do.
Love it. That's our jam. Okay, so let's get started.
Okay, should I spin the wheel? Here, I'll hold it for you. This is high tech stuff.
Thank you for letting me.
And you spin.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
I'm so scared. Oh, beauty as wellness ritual.
Oh, I love that. So we were talking about this. I remember when we first started talking about this as a trend, I was saying that I had gone to this event with a local chocolate brand called Moksha. I could never say that right. Moksha? Is that how you say it? Yes. And they do a lot of functional chocolate, and they also have this incredible cacao that she was telling us that she can't keep it in stock because people are so into doing cacao rituals and all these kind of different ritual things, whether they're spiritual or whether it's just about wellness or just feeling good or being with your thoughts. And I hadn't really thought about that at all. That wasn't something that was really on my radar at all. So then we started talking about other kinds of rituals that people are really bringing into their lives.
Yeah. And I think that's really powerful right now because it connects the beauty industry with wellness and mental health. And so thinking about these products as not just being products that are going to, make your skin feel great or soften or make your hair all silky, but really they're things that allow you to take a moment for yourself. It really ties to self-care. A lot of beauty products that we see coming out of Ayurveda have kind of tapped into some of this, as well as K-beauty, Korean beauty. We've talked about that, but the multi-step, it almost becomes
you love that, don't you?
I got to come back to that because it's interesting to just think about maybe doing more, adding more to your beauty regimen, but A, focusing on those being really clean, pure ingredients, and then B, focusing on the ways that they can make you feel better and more grounded.
Yeah, that wellness aspect and self-care. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, we also have, I don't know if we want to share any of the market manifestations here, or we're going to leave those for the article.
Share a couple. Okay. Let's do anything goes. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
We're drinking our...
To cheers up here because the wheel.
We're drinking our NA something.
Mocktail.
You just told me.
Yes, it's...
I don't know what it is. You're going to be consuming this.
Toast. Is it toasty or toast?
Oh, toast. Yeah.
Toast.
Oh, yum. I haven't had that
I know,
before.
it's really good. I love toast.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so a couple of market manifestations or product examples, company examples. So just kind of on the, along the lines of that ritual cacao. I love the Aura cacao, ceremonial cacao. And then going back more to the beauty ritual, moon juice, the sleeping magnesium. Love that. That's a great example. And John Masters Organics body milk with geranium and ylang ylang.
I'm going to move this out of the way. We don't have to.
Time out.
No, it's still rolling.
Oh, we're still rolling? Okay.
We might get to the weekend this week.
AI-driven personalization and efficiency.
Yeah. So, of course, we have to talk about AI. We actually have a keynote at Expo West that will be all about AI and how to use it responsibly.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's amazing. He came in and did a workshop with our team. So it's about how you use it within your companies and how you work to create more efficiency. And he talks about it. We just keep saying,
should we say his name?
Yeah.
Mitch Mitchum.
Mitch Mitchum talks about it as a collaborator. Like, think about it as a really smart collaborator. So anyone doing business in any industry really needs to be up to speed on how to use AI. But for the CPG industry, there's also some really meaningful implications around personalization and really thinking about how, we bridge that gap between diagnostics and being able to kind of look at your body and different patterns, but then bridge that with the CPG world, and delivering more personalized products. And all that comes back to data, analyzing data, and then being able to formulate products. It's also for identifying unique botanical ingredients. There are so many different applications in our industry. So I think 25 is about seeing which of those kind of rise to the top of being most influential.
And some of the brands and organizations that are really leaning into AI, of course, Ingredients AI, Notco, Keychain, the PBFA, Radical Science, Brightseed. So lots of examples out there. And then, of course, there is that element of AI being used in retail. There's so many different applications for that, which you can read about, shameless plug, in the latest issue of Natural Foods Merchandiser. We talk a lot about how retailers can really lean into AI for their stores.
Yeah. And just one final thing on it on that note, because you guys NFM did such a great job of highlighting the retail piece. But I think across all of these examples, the most important thing is how can you use it to get closer to your customer rather than create some sort of divide. So it's about better understanding your customer and the user of the products. And some retailers are doing that really effectively.
Yeah, agreed. You're scared to look at it? We need some food ones here.
I put two in one, and there's two food ones.
Great.
Because I couldn't decide, so I just started.
Perfect.
Okay. So
you did rig the wheel.
Yeah, no funny business. Okay, so convenient comfort and flavor curiosity. So these were two of the food trends that we're seeing that I think are really fun. So convenient comfort is taking things like, noodles and boba and mac and cheese, and we continue to see reimagined versions of those things, healthier versions, but just really delicious, right? And making them more convenient than ever. So just add water or throw it in the microwave.
Yeah, we've actually been getting our first Nexty samples in, which is really exciting. And I've seen a lot of incredible products in this category. I'm not going to I don't want to do any spoilers for anyone there, but I think this is something that you're really going to see coming out of the Nexties with a lot of fun, cool products. And of course at Expo West and just in the market in general.
Yeah, yeah. And then the other one that I think goes hand in hand with this in some ways is flavor curiosity. So that's just consumers wanting to try different unique combinations of spices and herbal ingredients and just different umami, all different flavors that I think tend to move away from sweet and into the more savory territory. So
swavery, sweet and savory.
Did you just make that up?
I don't know.
Did you coin that right here?
Hate to take credit for it if I didn't.
I just feel like you feel like so festive today.
So festive.
Bubbly.
Oh, effervescent. This is actually really delicious.
It's so good. I think we need to stagger our sips. And the other thing about that is I think it's very much overlapping with international and global flavors because oftentimes these are flavor profiles that consumers may not be used to, but are really open to trying. So
yeah, and of course, we also always talk about that authenticity piece and really, celebrating those cultures that the flavors come from and the founders that make them. So I think that's important to remember.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh. Flex living. Tell us about flex living, Jess.
So we've talked about this in different ways on the podcast and in our content over the past year, but really, I think one of the most important movements in our industry is that we're seeing consumers making various choices. And that means they may choose a conventional product for one purpose, natural for another, a pharmaceutical drug, such as GLP-1s for something, but then complement that with supplements. And so we're realizing it's not a one-size-fits-all approach to health. And I think consumers are feeling more comfortable kind of owning that and stepping into that kind of omni approach to healthy living. And as a result, retailers are catering to that. So we're seeing it with by the way, we must be a test market for the Whole Foods thing.
Oh, yeah. I thought about that.
I was ordering something on Amazon the other day and it said I could pick it up at Whole Foods when I was doing my shopping.
Oh,
it was like a range of products.
Yeah.
So I just think that this presents opportunities for the CPG industry to partner and align with some of these industries that have historically been viewed as competitive. And all of that is a response to consumers saying, I don't want to be put in a box. This is my health, and I'll make the decisions that are right for me.
Yeah, I love that. And just one kind of add-on there, one of the trends that we've talked about in previous years, for example, has been beverages. You pick up a functional beverage now, you don't know if it has a supplement facts panel, a nutrition fact, just all the crossover.
Yeah.
So you can take a gummy for your supplement need or a pill, or you can get it in your beverage or, finding functional foods. And so we've seen that crossover kind of creeping up. And now I think we're seeing it across categories. And like you said, even in shopping experiences and the way that people are just approaching wellness.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think one of the areas we've talked about, probably seeing more of this is around hormones and, sexual health, where we're seeing people maybe pursuing hormone replacement therapy, but then also tapping into this vast range of dietary supplements that address that. So that's an interesting one because the Vitamin Shop.
Yes. You're welcome.
The Vitamin Shop went from being able to having telehealth people on staff who could prescribe Ozempic, which is really interesting for a supplement retailer. That's something we
leaning into pharmacy.
Yeah, now they're doing that with testosterone for men. And so that's kind of their next area outside of weight management that I think very much demonstrates this trend as well.
Yeah.
But that was a little one. That was a little spin.
It's all right. It was still worth it.
Inclusive, clean beauty.
So here we're talking about diverse owned beauty brands and looking at how they're addressing unique BIPOC consumer needs with safe, transparent ingredients. So we're looking at inclusivity, also like eco-conscious practices in these really clean formulations, clean products. And a lot of these brands are really talking about access as well, I think, about reaching different populations, underserved populations, and bringing these cleaner alternatives to these traditional products to market.
It's been really important for the natural and organic beauty industry to recognize that not all consumers have been served and supported with these products that really reduce the toxic load that they're getting in their products. And so to see that movement now coming out of the industry, so both bringing clean products to more consumers, but also products that meet the unique needs of different demographics is really important. So
I'm really glad we got this one because I found a typo. I fixed it.
This is a live editing session as well. So by the time that you read the article, all of these little typos, all those Oxford commas will be
yes,
and out of there. We don't do Oxford commas around.
No, we don't. We don't, Jessica. It would behoove you to remember that. So I said we had some great products. Of course, there are so many more. These were some of the exhibitors from Newtopia Now, actually, where I got a lot of this inspiration. So Shea Radiance, Karate Creme, Butter and Me, Pure Midi, Nopalera. So we had a lot of really great diverse owned brands at Newtopia Now, and I love highlighting those. All right, what have we got time for, Maddie?
We're 2 more.
Pushing that envelope.
A few more.
All right. Reshoring up your business.
Yeah, so we do have several trends in our roundup that really reflect some of the changes that we may see based on new administration, based on things happening in the economy. This is one of them. In most conversations I've been having with brands, they've been talking about concerns over tariffs. And while we don't know what exactly that will look like, most people are operating under the assumption that they will increase somewhat significantly. If brands continue to do business in the same way, that translates to much higher costs for their consumers. So a lot of companies are looking at how do we bring more production domestic? How do we bring more production into, our country and do that with sourcing, with manufacturing? And the interesting thing here is it can be really hard because especially in dietary supplements and some of the food industry, some ingredients are really challenging to grow and cultivate here in the US. And so there's some big challenges around that. We also see a lot of our companies that have done amazing work to cultivate sustainable global supply chains. And so I think it's an interesting trend and a shift. And I don't think every company will be able to do this. And I don't think it makes sense for every company. So who absorbs the cost in that will be really interesting for those companies that are not onshoring more of their business practices.
Yeah, I feel like there's certainly quite a few unknowns here as we move into the next year and just see what happens.
Yeah.
I know which one I want to do.
Okay. Is it by chance waste less?
Yes, that was it! Oh my gosh, it's Kismet. It's destiny. No, I love this trend. I mean, waste reduction is something we've talked about for years, and it's manifested itself in so many different ways in our industry, whether it's upcycling or, all kinds of different things. But one of the trends that we're really seeing is, when we talk about wasting less food, it's usually really putting that onus on consumers to do that. The shelf lives are short and you've got to use the food before the shelf life and then you don't and you feel guilty and it's really putting that responsibility onto consumers. So this is really looking at brands that are taking a more creative approach to create products that have longer shelf lives, that have more concentrated formats, that really help conserve or reduce waste just by what they are and the formats that they're in. So we've seen some really cool innovations coming around lately. Last year we had a Next winner. It was the Burroughs Family Farm almond milk concentrate. I love this product so much. It's not only regenerative organic certified, but you just use however much you want. It's a really concentrated almond paste and you mix it up yourself and you just consume what you need. And it has a 2-year shelf life once it's opened, not refrigerated, I believe. So amazing product and really a great example of this. I think we have another really great one too, if you want to talk about it. Or I can talk about it as well. No, one of my absolute favorite products that I saw at Newtopia Now is the Milkadamia sheets. You're doing great. Just keep on drinking that non-alcoholic cocktail. Okay, so Milkadamia has created these fantastic, I think they're 2D printed sheets, and they look like dryer sheets, and it's oat milk. And so basically you just throw that in your blender with water, and you make up however much oat milk you want to consume. They last for 2 years once opened. I mean, it's just such an incredible product. The shipping is much lighter. They take up a lot less space than, the typical cartons. So as someone who throws out a lot of plant-based milk, I'm excited about this product.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Did I throw out a lot of plant-based milk?
Yeah. I love that one. And there's a few others, well, plenty others actually, that we weren't able to talk about today. We definitely have a big conversation around sustainability and sustainability as standard. You can read more about that in our 25 trends. We have some fundraising and capital trends that you can see to really understand what's happening in the investment landscape. Supplements. And one that I just think is really fun and interesting, where I'm seeing a lot of innovation, is around multifunctional health products. So I like to think about it as like health benefit mashup. So we have combinations of things. And I think that speaks to consumers who are trying to save more money, but have a lot of concerns that they're trying to address. So it's things like digestive health and hydration. We're seeing products like that. I just saw a really cool whey product that had these hydrating benefits too. So lots of just
people like me too, that am not capable of taking multiple supplements.
Yeah.
Like I need one supplement. I need like the Willy Wonka meal supplement.
Yeah, and we'll let you know when we find that one.
I'm sure it's coming in 2025.
But it is interesting to see companies innovating in that way that combines some of the top health concerns and offers hybrid solutions to those. So lots of other things on newhope.com. And this isn't our last episode of we have a couple others.
No,
right? Or we have one.
We've got a Nexty episode coming straight from Nexty Judging.
Yeah.
In the middle of the month. And we also have, we've got our great interview with Anthony Corsaro.
Oh, yes. So we have a few more episodes coming up, but hopefully this got me in the holiday spirit.
Yeah. I love talking about 2025 trends.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's more fun than that?
What's more fun? And please rate, subscribe. That will mean that you get notifications when a new episode comes up. And we'd love to hear what our community thinks the most influential trends of the year will be.
Cheers. Live on The Natural List.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.